now welcome on the third of the three amigos today, the favorite Cougar Canuck, always entertaining, the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell. Greg, welcome.
Hello and good morning, gents.
What's up, Greg Wrubell? We partied yesterday in your office watching some track.
We did.
It was fun.
And had some sour jelly beans.
The Jelly Belly Sours are an underrated favorite in the Wrubell household. Yeah.
Greg, you're an avid runner. And,
I'm also an avid eater.
No, you're not.
Which was why the benefits of avid running aren't as acutely felt in my life. But I do run a little bit at certain times. Here's what I do. I put it all on during football and basketball season, all those restaurants and everything else. Then I take it all off in the off season. Then I put it back on during football and basketball, and then I take it all off. I've got this cyclical thing going.
So are you in peak condition right now?
I'm close to peak right now, yeah.
July, early August?
Right, and then it starts going downhill.
You getting ready for the half marathons coming up?
I've got a race coming up in a couple of weeks, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What race?
It's the AF Canyon Half Marathon.
Nice.
That's an annual thing in my life. Yeah.
One of the top 5 races in the state of Utah.
Oh, I think so. I've done a few fulls back in the day, but my full marathon days may be behind me. I don't know. I might have one left in me, maybe. But I think a half marathon fits me well right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, an avid, aspiring runner. Okay.
I run a little bit, but man, alive.
You either run or you don't. If you're aspiring, you're talking about running. No, he runs.
You certainly can appreciate what BYU track and field is doing
fun to watch.
right now.
So fun to watch.
So let's start there.
So my second oldest daughter, she married a fine young man who ran with these guys as a member of the track and cross country team for a couple of years. So he and she, because she actually worked in the sports information department for a year, and one of her assignments was track cross country. So she got to know these guys too. So they are now living in South Carolina for the summer. Long story short, they stayed up late to do what we were doing, which was watching and cheering, and they were just so pumped and so excited. And we'll talk about Clayton for a second, in part because he's such a good guy.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't just about the fact he's a great runner, but what a great guy with a great wife and baby. And so there's just this real happiness. And you saw the video of the teammates that were back home as well. It's what it's all about. It's cheering for your comrades. And what a great vibe last night to see the way that BYU kind of controlled that race, right? They could do it from the front and the middle and the back, and they just kind of had it all covered. And then to see Clayton kick it the way he did and pull away. I mean, he just ran strong and tall, and wow, man, it was fantastic to watch. Yeah, and we had some race time in the office yesterday, watching Steeple, I think, right?
Yeah,
we saw
some steeplechase.
And so it's been a great week, and will continue to be just getting started. They got a lot more to go.
Yeah. But let's be honest, Clayton Young being 25 was a huge advantage, right, Greg?
Like you said, there's always that guy.
There's always that guy.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter tweeted about the advantage. You responded, which it was a great response.
Then other Cougar fans jumped on, and You probably woke up today going, "What on earth?" I had a little comment through away.
Don't burn the BYU fan mob.
Listen. Everyone's anti-bullying, but I don't know that people are anti-bullying the bully, right? So, yeah, it was an innocent comment, but
no, full marks for Clayton. And again, it's so tough to be a competitive runner through your high school years, and then not be one for 2 full years, and then get back in shape to the point where you can qualify, just qualifying for a final, and then do it the way he did. Yes. Nothing could ever take away from what he did last night. I mean, it was just an amazing story.
He ran and he was not weary, right? Yeah. Okay, now to BYU basketball. Hey, Yoli Childs is back. Jake Toulson is here. New coaching staff.
Yeah, good vibe.
I love the juice around the program right now. What do you think?
It's a cool vibe. No, it's fantastic. And I think, how do you say that BYU didn't get better? When you bring Yoli back and then add the pieces that BYU is about to add, you've gotten better. Right? And you were a second-place team in the WCC last year. You want to at least be that good again, right? And the chances of doing that are great with Yoli back in the fold. And you've already seen what Yoli being a senior means. National pub. People are looking to Yoli.
All of a sudden, he's a small forward.
Well, it doesn't matter what he is. I think they put him in the same category as, I think Rui was up for the same award last year, and you could call Rui anything, Hachimura. But yeah, what you're already seeing is people are looking at Yoli as one of the best players in the country. That's what happens when you're able to put the numbers he's put up and then give yourself one more year to do it. Again, what he's already done is phenomenal. Again, you can look at what he's done, and he's already in some pretty rare company with the points and rebounds. And by the time he's done, there will be, few players that will be able to approach the plateau Yoli will set as a 4-year guy. I couldn't be more excited.
Are we good? You and Yoli good after the Twitter thing? We good?
Oh, He was joking, and yes, we were very good. Yeah.
I'm looking at a starting five that includes Yoli Childs, the WAC Player of the Year, Jake Toolson, a senior, TJ Haas, and a growing Gavin Baxter. We'll see who the fifth is, whether it's Connor Harding or Nick Emery or Jesse Wade. But my first reaction was, that's a team that should make the NCAA tournament. I wholeheartedly believe that they will make the NCAA tournament. What's a fair expectation in your mind for this team?
Well, maybe we could go with Mark Pope and say there are no fair expectations. They're just the crazy ones, you know. And yet, when you've got this many seniors and that much talent, that's what you hope is the outcome, right? We've had to say for so long, you know, if the team had only gotten old, if we could only see a really big senior class. Well, now you're going to get that big senior class. There may be more seniors this year than maybe we've seen the last 3-4 seasons combined, maybe.
Yes, 6 scholarships. Of those 8.
Yeah, so it's a big senior group now. And it's not just seniors, it's seniors with a lot of points under their belt and a lot of made shots and a lot of talent and now national pub. So, there's no reason to not expect great things from this group. And I think they've got the guys to help meet some of those expectations.
Now, the last time BYU had this many seniors, we documented on the show, they made the NCAA tournament.
So, what, 14, 15, I think?
Yeah.
So, and we also talked, too, or at least we did on social media, you know, BYU hasn't brought back its top scoring tandem, you know, from one year to the next since they last made the NCAA tournament.
The tandem, okay.
Right. It was Tyler Haws and Kyle Collinsworth. They brought them back as the top 2 scorers, and they made the tournament that year. That was the last time BYU's made the tournament. So this is the first time since then that BYU brings back their top 2 scorers from the preceding season. Now it's TJ and Yo, or Yo and TJ.
3-point line has moved back almost 15 inches. What kind of impact do you expect there?
Well, I don't, you know, every time it moves back, there's always a dip nationally. And so I don't know what we're going to be able to predict in terms of a number for BYU, but I think they've got a better group of shooters to attack that number. Or attack that distance.
Toolson and Wade make that big of a difference?
And I think, you know, there could be another piece or two that we're not talking about yet that could be in the mix. Guys who have a history of making a lot of threes. Now, whether it's at the Division I level or not, the history is there.
That's a good tease,
We can talk about a guy like Trevin Nell. We can talk about him, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's somebody who, his last year at high school, 48% from deep. Now, the high school line and the new line are not the same thing, but a shooter's a shooter. And you talk with Trevin, you know a bit about how he kind of grew up with that particular skill. And so I think BYU will have a better team of shooters. And then you can't overlook the fact that we see on the graphic there, you know, guys who are among, you know, BYU's most prolific freshman three-point shooters. And we hope now as seniors to, you know, maybe see maybe a return to those kinds of numbers. And that's, we're talking about Zach and Nick and TJ right now. They showed from the get-go that they could be great three-point shooters. And if they're over different stages of their career, they've been that. It'd be great if they can all kind of come together with these new pieces we're talking about. And again, really attack that line with proficiency. And Jake's, you know, numbers speak for himself, and he does have the Division I numbers. That's a guy who's putting up 40% plus at the Division I level. So there are a lot of reasons to believe this could be a good three-point year. And as we've discussed and we share on social media, the three-pointer is everything right now.
Yeah.
You know, BYU was a really, really good two-point team the last 2 years, but the overall offense struggled or suffered comparatively because of the lack of proficiency from deep. And if that changes, it means a great deal of difference for BYU. It's so fun to watch that guy, by the way, Yoli, make those shots, because that's what he can do too.
We've got to let you get back to your Jelly Belly sours and your half marathon training.
Again, I'm easing off on those. I had a lot to share because I'm trying to get in, you know, race day shape.
We did promise the crowd a football question, so give me one word answer. Toughest opponent on BYU football's schedule right now after all of your research.
Utah.
There you go. I don't disagree.
Agreed.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Great stuff, man. Thanks.
You bet. Anytime.
We'll see you in your office for more track.
I'll be there
later today.
Yeah.
Love it.
Get the candy ready.
Yeah.